When I was 16, I opened my father's National Geographic, and it changed my life. Inside was New York City in all its glory. The photos jumping out of the page, capturing the creativity, the diversity, the energy of a place that looked to me, a teenager in the Philippines, like a different world. I tore out that map of Manhattan, I put it on my closet door next to Duran Duran. And I told myself, one day, I'm going to live there. A decade later, with 2 suitcases, I left my home, my family, and everything I knew to follow that dream. But in no time, the edges of that dream started to come into focus. A man hunched over a subway grate for warmth, a line around a soup kitchen, a woman and child climbing over a dumpster behind a grocery store. And then I realized that next to this utopia is a world that was more familiar. Inside this first world country is a third world country. And those were the first steps of a journey that takes me back today to New York City to share with you 412 Food Rescue. I founded 412 Food Rescue after I learned a crazy fact, that America wastes 40% of its food supply, almost half. And on the other side of that, we know many go hungry, not only in countries like where I grew up, but right here. We feed landfills better than we feed people. So much so that food waste is the second largest cause of greenhouse gas emissions, affecting us all. 412 Food Rescue is technology. In the same way we use Uber Eats to order and deliver food, we match excess food from grocery stores and restaurants to NGOs that can use them. And we mobilize drivers to deliver the food. The best part, they're all volunteers. We call them food rescue heroes. How many? Over 8,000. Receiving push notifications, responding to push notifications on their phone like a bat signal. Since 2015, we have redirected 7 million meals. From 600 grocery stores and restaurants to over 700 NGOs in 5 cities, preventing 4 million pounds of carbon emissions. 412 Food Rescue is technology for good. Today, I'm following another dream. I believe we can all drive change. We can build a global network to end food waste and hunger, reverse climate change. 5 cities today, 100 cities by 2030.
Thank you so much, Leah. Questions from the panel? Amy.
Do you think that you can scale just using volunteers to deliver the food?
Yes, so that is the #1 question I ask. And so what we did was, well, let's test it in one city. And we started in Pittsburgh, where I live right now. And we launched the technology in 2016. By 2017, we had 2,000 people. And every year we add more people, to the point that our service level stands at 99%. We only miss 1% of rescues. Uber Eats is 95%.
Cameron and then Sam.
I had Uber Eats below 95%, but how do you train your volunteers? So 2,000 in the city that you started with, from technology, distribution, connectivity, behavior. How do you do it, and how do you keep them happy, and do they come back?
So how do, training-wise, we all know how to drive and pick up things. There's very little training. How do we keep them happy? They keep themselves happy by giving to others. And I think we talked about this a little later on. It's actually a self-generating thing. We would give incentives to our volunteers. We would say, here's free drinks. None of them take it. And they keep on coming back and over again. And it's because we are all wired to do good. And I think we just all need an opportunity to believe in ourselves again.
We can take a quick question from Sam.
Yeah, so Leah, just talk a little bit about your inventory and how you intake the food and how do you make the economics work for the suppliers who give you that food?
Right. So it's interesting because we do not keep inventory. So we are a point-to-point model that transfers food in real time. A lot of times people ask us, can we tour your warehouse? We have no warehouse. The 7 million meals, we saw none of it. And in terms of the economics for the food donors, it works in their benefit. By giving us food, they save on waste management costs, and they actually generate tax benefits versus just throwing it away.
Leah, thanks so much.
Thank you.